Hello and welcome to Stage 4 of the race day event for the 2009 LMP2 cars. Today looks like we're at Silverstone, or at least that's where we're starting. And Silverstone's a fun track. For a car like this, nice and balanced, should be a lot of fun. And again, a lot of this is just me trying it my first time, so it might be a bit sloppy. Let's just see here what happens here if I get sloppy. And yeah, a little bit of stepping out. But let's just see if I can finish this. I think the car should be fast enough. Might not make it by very much, but let's just see. There we go. No problem. Even with a bit of sloppiness, well, I'm over-tuned, so I've got more than I need, but still, not much of an issue there. Let's see, there should be some fun today. All right, well, so far it's been I've really been liking this car so far. Oh no. I have a horrible tendency of smashing this car. I'm going to try to be nice this time around. I'll avoid it. Let that counter go down. Missed the days when we could skip that counter, but oh well, that had to go to the wayside because people were getting an advantage. So, I'm not even sure which circuit we're driving here. There we go, so I go to the right. Gotta watch this corner. Okay, no, this is not the same circuit as we had at the first. Or wait a second. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Okay, it looks like I think it's called the International Circuit. And yes, you can go way over there during time trials. It's not off track. Very handy to go there, especially during endurance races, because a bot will never drive there. So I like this track, actually. It's got a nice flow to it. There's the Sylvia. I will not hit the Sylvia. I'll be nice. I spent enough time smashing out his rear window and taillights. Oh, there we go. Well, that makes this event suddenly quite easy. Obviously, he slowed down in excessive amounts for the chicane. And we didn't slow down near as much. Well, that's already 2 races down. Wow. This stage is going by pretty fast. Okay, what do we have next? And the storyline goes and goes and goes. Fastest lap. Well, I don't think that'll be much of a problem, especially when you're starting in the lead. Although, no one behind me. That might mean I'll be encountering lap traffic very soon. Let's see. Hard to say. Sometimes lap traffic can actually make things a little more fun because drafting. So sometimes you can increase your lap times, but more often than not, those bots end up getting in the way a little bit. And, oh, wow, you can take that section pretty fast. Is that someone up there? I think so, yep. So we could have people in the way. At the chicane, it's not fun to have bots in your way, because they are in the way. And, oh yeah, they'll be nicely in the way. Oh well. I'm not, oof. Well, there we go, I definitely lost some speed there, lost some time. So this will be lap 1. Or, wait a second, we're at the bridge circuit. Okay. Well, you gotta make that correct. And yes, if you wanted to, you could do excessive cutting right here, shave all sorts of time, but I'm not gonna do that. It's funny, because I used to do that so much right here that I often didn't know how to drive this section. Now, of course, I got way better at it now. Let's just see. Nope, can't do that. Stepped out quite a lot, so I wasn't taking that very good. Oh well. This next corner here, Cop's Corner, can take this full throttle in this car, I'm pretty sure. Even with that guy in my way, I stay full throttle. And I'm just going to do one braking point here, which is just like I would in a Formula 1 car, like I was referencing on a different day, as far as how I'm treating braking points in this car. Not as deep as a Formula 1 car, but pretty deep, deeper than the average car, that's for sure. I can drive it deeper with this car. Most cars you can't take stow that way, the way I just did. Same with the chicane here, you just can't brake this late in a lot of cars. Oop. Didn't quite get that trajectory correct. Still, I don't think there's anything to worry about as far as me getting the fastest lap. Not the fastest lap ever, but fastest lap in this race. Oh, really? Really? Well, So as you can see, I'm not redoing if I make a mistake. As I've said in other stages here, this is all about trial and error, figuring out how I can handle this particular car at this track. I try to figure out what car it feels similar to and then go from there. So, interesting, low speed grip isn't great in this car, so I find that interesting. It's decent though. It's not as bad as as some of the open wheel cars, that's for sure. So not as bad as a 2020 Formula 1 car as far as the low speed grip, but it's not great, which that's not uncommon for cars that have more downforce. And win without going off track. Oh, this is interesting. One lap race, and they're all right in front of me. Well, let's just drive this in, kind of, I don't know. We'll weave our way through the traffic here, maybe have a little bit of contact. A little bit of contact can be fun. And then all the slow cars in the front. Huh. Oh, I guess they're not necessarily slow because they're newer cars. They just seem slow. Yes, I certainly made contact here and there. And that can be a little bit fun sometimes, you know. Okay, so Grand Prix circuit, let's get this a little bit more dialed. There we go. Get turning in early and then get back to that throttle. That's often where you find speed. I made up this little saying years ago. Early to brakes and early to gas will make your car very fast. And maybe someone else said it, but I've never heard it. And it's really quite true. Now, you don't want to be excessively early to the brakes. But invariably, the mistake people make is that they brake too late. And that's when you start sliding out into the corners, and they're getting back into the throttle way after the apex of the corner, and then they can't understand why other people are faster than them in the straightaways. And some people say, oh, you're cheating because you're faster on the straightaways. Well, that's because you were slow in the corner. So if you're slow in the corner, you can't be fast on a straight, because I was on the throttle longer, or other people, That's what I find when I check top time trial drivers that are honest drivers, is that they're into the throttle so early in the corners. And to do that, you've got to get your steering done early. So it's really optimizing those braking points, optimizing trajectory, lots of work. And the fact is, once you get it dialed, you kind of have it dialed for most cars, but boy, it takes really good reaction time, and huge props to those top guys. A lot of them are really good drivers. Okay, well, that's going to wrap up this stage. Playlist link will be here. Something else will be here for fun. And thanks for joining me. Please like, please subscribe. I'm going to keep it going here. It takes a lot longer to make these videos than it does to actually do the races. So that's why sometimes there's a delay, because it takes time to be this special,